on these Saturdays. It's more about knowledge that I've gained. It's actually my favorite kind of knowledge I've gained from other folks, people I've had the privilege and honor to communicate with and converse with over these past very many years at this point. And it has to do with this idea that we hear a lot, and it's generally written off to kind of trite, you know, cliche, gitchy sayings. Like, and the saying is that whatever doesn't kill us makes us stronger. And it sounds like a silly saying, but as I found out over the years, most of the silly sayings we say turn out to be really true. And it really has to do with an invitation. This is an invitation for people to reconsider the difficult times that we go through. The idea that a difficult time is something to get past, to get on the other side of, to have gone through, keeps us thinking about the end of the road as opposed to the specific place we're in, the road that we're on, and where we're at in that road, and the value of that. And people say it's not it's the path, it's not the destination. Ultimately, very, very true. But coming up with a kind of a countercultural way to recognize that and incorporate that into our lives certainly has been a challenge for me. But the more I talk to folks, the more I live my own life, the more I realize that, you know, if I'm in a difficult patch and I really settle into that and realize what's happening for me, moment to moment, what's happening for me is I'm figuring out how to navigate that path. And figuring out how to navigate that path gives me tremendous gifts over and over and over again. But if I'm focused on where I'm hoping to get on the other end of it, then I'm not paying attention to what's actually happening for me. So this makes the notion of being in the moment a little bit more vibrant for me, a little bit more active, and a little bit more important. It's not sort of this calm, I'm in the moment, everything's okay here. Sometimes it is, that's fine. But sometimes it's totally not. And when it's totally not, if I actually come into, all right, so what's actually happening right here, right now? Well, what's happening is I'm carrying a tremendously heavy load, and I'm taking the next step. And I go, oh, so I'm actually carrying this really heavy load and taking the next step. That's pretty cool. So that's something that I'm doing, which then translates into, oh, that's something that I can do. And that's like, oh, this is something I can do. Now, the thing about this that's kind of wild is we are doing this all the time. I mean, this is something that happens all the time. I see this happening all the time. People are carrying heavy loads, and because we're indoctrinated into focusing on where we're supposed to get, all they're thinking about is the fact that they're not there yet. Well, that sucks, because all that is about what's not going on right now. But when it's like, how is it that you're able to carry this load that you're carrying? And people are like, oh, yeah, I'm actually carrying that load. And you know what's wild about that? Many times the response I get to that question is, I just have to. I'm like, oh, huh. Because you know what that response does? It totally undermines the power of what we're doing. It totally undermines the value of what we're doing. Because really, no, you don't. I've had so many situations where it's like, there's nothing about, and you know what's wild, that because I have to is usually retrospective. Well, I just had to do it that way. But if we bring it into the moment right here, right now, you totally don't have to. You could bail on this in a lot of different ways. The fact that we're not is something that's not generally attended to. The fact that we don't bail. And when we look back and we use that retroactive kind of reframing of the past, well, I just got through this really hard time because I had to. We totally deny the power that it took for us to get through those things, and the work that we did in order to get through those things. So it totally diminishes, what we're doing all the time. But so yeah, we bring it back to the moment. We're like, all right, so this is a really, really difficult time I'm going through right now. And I'm taking that next right step. And there's 5,000 pounds of crap on my back right now that are about this moment that I'm in. This isn't carrying stuff from the past. This is about how hard it is to be right here where I am right now. And I'm taking the next right step. Huh. It's pretty interesting. And so how are you able to take that next right step and giving ourselves credit for the things that we're actually doing? So anyway, something to ponder around that and that's how everything we go through that doesn't kill us makes us stronger, because we're literally carrying that through those things that we're going through. So thinking about that idea of, when we throw out that, oh, I just had to do that thing, it completely undermines what we have done in the past, and or paying attention to the moment that you're in right now. If you're in a difficult time, I know most of us are in a difficult time right now, and how we're getting through these, the fact that we're getting through what we're getting through, the fact that we're taking that next right step, giving ourselves credit for the fact that we're taking that next right step. Not really even so much how we're doing it, that just, I'm doing it now, I'm doing it now, I'm doing it now, I'm doing it now, I'm doing it now. That's thing. So anyway, that's something to think about for today. Cure, love this band, love this CD, love this song. It's over here. Can't tell. I'm backwards on my. Anyway, I'll see you all tomorrow. Have a great day, and pay attention to what you're capable of.